This collective has left their mental prison, at least for today. We're currently waiting for our ships to come in, but we're feeling a little uninspired and unmotivated. We're in our good feelings, right? We feel like we're doing pretty good, but we're just not super motivated at this time. We've been working on balancing our inner masculine and feminine energies, our desire for change versus like our desire for change at the expense of ourselves versus allowing change to come in, like taking slower action. We're also shifting our perspective on the Five of Pentacles, are feeling like there's never enough, feeling like the black sheep of the family, feeling ostracized, shunned, victimized, those types of things. We're kind of getting out of the woe is me, life is hard, I'm being punished by the universe for no reason at all, right? Just getting out of those feelings, looking at our life a little bit different, right? We've come to our own internal truth recently about how we've been betraying ourselves, right? We could have communications from our family line they never seem to shift their thinking. They're all about this is how things have always been. You can't be creative or go after your dreams in order to bring forth a legacy. Our family's always been really poor, and in order to get money, you have to suffer. Right? That kind of thinking. We've been working on changing that. Like, well, what if that's not how it works? What if I can be creative and get money? What if I can bring in that stability? What if maybe it's not even about money? Maybe you're the type who just wants to change how you eat, but your family has their own way of eating and like it's all new. You have no idea where to start, and everyone's like, oh, I don't know why you would do that. I don't know why you would start that routine. It's not going to work, XYZ. The reason that you have come to me while you're on this video right now, being told this, is because you're in a transition period at this time. You're currently meditating. You're thinking about how to make these changes. You're dreaming up what your ideal routine is, what your ideal day is, what your ideal life is. And we're kind of in that in-between of daydreaming before we get the inspired action. We're not necessarily inspired to go after it yet. We're still in the daydreaming stage. Now, we have been in here doing some internal work, shining some light on our inner truths and doing some internal work. We've been getting clear on what our priorities are. Which cup should we put our energy into? What should I invest my time and energy into? Again, if this is like an eating, a diet switch up, a lifestyle change, it would be trying to figure out what works well with you, right? And, trying to call that in, that reciprocal energy. What actually works for me? What do I actually want? Now, we are working through transforming a fear of making the wrong choice, right? We're trying to transform out of that and get some more self-confidence here. The Queen of Wands in the reverse talks about not necessarily feeling confident in our own manifestation powers just yet, right? We're not really sure. We're not sure just yet what to jump into. We're still transforming that part of ourselves. Yeah, we're still getting rid of the need for the external validation, right? We're not quite ready yet for the throwing a party for ourselves, throwing a parade for ourselves and standing in that. We're not quite there just yet. We're working on it, but we're not there just yet. Yeah, the balancing of the head and the heart. We're very conflicted on that. And we haven't quite made any plans yet because we're not quite sure if that will actually bring forth the stability and abundance that we're looking for. But I do see you transmuting it. The Magician came out here, right? All about alchemizing, all about transmutation, transmuting our anxieties and our indecision, transmuting that into what we actually want to get into, transmuting that into our manifestation powers, into our creativity, and into bringing about our best possible life. Yeah, and we're still in that moon, shining a light on our deepest, darkest parts, getting past the armor, confronting our inner beasts, shining a light on those things and bringing them to the surface instead of just laying around here in the murky water, not being sure where to go from here. We're still a little imbalanced, but we'll get it. More of that meditation energy. We'll get it. We'll get there. We'll be able to quiet our inner demons and get everybody on the same page. That's where we're at. Right now, we're working on quieting the inner demons. What Spirit wants you to do about it? They want for you to do more of the same. You're currently working on your overthinking issues, currently working on the dreams, the nightmares, the worries, the anxieties, and the fears. They want for you to work on that because you are doing the healing work. All that purple, you're using your crown chakra and you're really, really working on this, okay? You're doing that work. And they want for you to stop telling everybody your damn business. Just straight up stop it. Stop doing that. You may be tempted to tell them your business, but that's where people shine, right? You're telling them your business, not necessarily because you want them to be happy for you, but you're searching their reaction to see if you're making the right choice, whether you're aware of it or not. If they're happy for you, you feel good about it and you continue doing it. If they're not happy for you, you no longer feel happy about the thing and you get in your head over it. That's looking for external validation, okay? They want you to stop telling people your business because that triggers your shadow side. That triggers those that inner turmoil. It also allows people to give you evil eye. It allows people to put that self-doubt into your head so that you don't go after the things you want. Okay? Even if they don't intend to do that, right? People do things unconsciously, right? Not everyone out there is malicious, but it gives people the chance to do that. Moving in silence is the best way to bring about your dreams, right? So you can tell Spirit, you can tell people that you really know support you. That's fine. You can be happy. You can support yourself, but don't tell everybody. Don't tell everybody. We're working on bringing in our dreams. We're working on bringing in our happiness. So instead of telling everyone your plans and then waiting to see how they react in order to dive in. Just dive in. Dive in. That's the cards here. Happiness card, the goddess of the ocean, and the knight of action, motivation. Just diving in. Just diving in. Because when we tell people, they want us to leave behind telling these people who, if you don't take their advice, they'll take it personally. Right? If you're like, I'm really happy, I really want to do this thing, and they're like, you shouldn't do that, and then you do it anyway, and they're like, why don't you ever listen to my advice? Don't tell those people. Don't tell those people. I don't care who they are, right? It's usually a dad or someone who thinks that they're higher than you or you think is higher than you, right? In whatever way, shape, or form. Don't tell these people that demand that you respect their opinion just because XYZ. No. You're the emperor. You already have a crown. The emperor is higher than the king of wands. The emperor is all the kings combined. You have a crown. You don't need anybody to tell you what you're doing is correct or not, right? You don't. What you wants you. You need to be throwing the parade for yourself. You're the one with the crown on. You don't need everyone to tell you you're the emperor. You don't need everybody to tell you you're the king. You're the king. You're the queen. You're the ruler. You already have the crown on. You don't need everyone else's opinions. Okay? That just brings in more jealousy and conflict, and they block the beginning. They cause you to block your own beginning by putting that self-doubt into your head. They block your beginning by putting that self-doubt into your head, and then you don't show up for yourself and put in the effort. And like I said before, the only way to fail at something is to never start in the first place. Spirit also wants for you to rest. This is the god of sleep. Rest is productive. You are at your best work when you are fully rested, when you take breaks. It's scientifically proven. You can go look it up, okay? You don't just have to believe my word for it. Go look it up. This represents rest, right? Instead of feeling antsy and anxious and restless and like trying to chase, you need to actually take some breaks. You can manifest while sleeping. You can manifest while resting. Yes, you can. When we are antsy and restless, it is because we are feeling that scarcity mindset. That is a cycle repeat, right? That is a cycle repeat of ours. It's the internalized pain that we have that we're going to make the wrong choice somehow with that moon. We're going to make the wrong choice somehow. We're doing the wrong thing, and it's going to keep us in a cycle repeat of scarcity, of never having enough. All right? That's what happens when we're restless and we're antsy and we don't take care of ourselves because we're too busy working and grinding. And that's the truth. That's the truth. We don't want to hear that it's the truth, but it's the truth. Why? I mean, the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords with the King of Swords right after that, Spirit was pretty heavy on the you already know that's true. they were pretty heavy on it, right? If you use your logical brain, if you use your fact brain, if you go look it up, the truth is out there that resting is the best way to bring about what you actually want. Resting brings forth abundance. The less you chase something, the more it comes to you. Right? Because think about it. Everything that gets chased freaks out because it's being chased and runs away. It's when you stand still and mind your own business that people come to you. They get curious. They come to you. Same thing with energy. The more you chase after the thing, the more it runs away from you because you're chasing it. It doesn't want to be chased. It wants to come to you. Right? They want you to get into your creativity, back into that playfulness, make your life fun, like actually go do the things that you enjoy. That brings about that transformation. They don't want for you to be in this Five of Swords energy, right? No. Stay in your playfulness. Stay in your playfulness. Stop worrying about it. You're doing your internal work, but you're also kind of isolating yourself just a little bit. You're not making any plans. You're not making any plans, friend. You're not actually going out and enjoying your life. You may be afraid that everyone's going to shit all over your parade. Just don't tell them your business. Just don't. That'll bring that balance because you'll be listening to yourself. You can go out and have a good time and enjoy the people around you and recognize them as people who are in their own version of reality, going through their own things, and still enjoy their company. Right? You know when people are intentionally treating you like crap, and you can stay away from those people, but you don't need to stay away from every single person. Balance it out. Life shouldn't be all serious and being alone and avoiding everyone. It should be about play, enjoying yourself, getting serious when you need to, right? When you need to take that inspired action, resting, working, being with people, avoiding people who suck, right? Break the tradition. Break the tradition. This is a god of revelry, of partying, of drunkenness, of wine. He is literally everything that society hates, right? He embodies all of it. He embodies all the things that people say cannot bring about good in life, yet he's a god and they're not. I think he's doing pretty fine. Look at him. Look at him. Looks good, surrounded by abundance, surrounded by a cornucopia. Good. I'm just saying, you can do both. You can do both. You can be the person that works and goes after their dreams, right? You can be the person that shows up and does the thing, and then you can clock out and go enjoy your life. You can do that. And guess what? You'll still be manifesting because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're balancing it out. You're bringing it out. You're alchemizing those things. Alchemizing those things and bringing it forward, right? That causes the transformation. That transformation into the Nine of Pentacles, the person who's surrounded by abundance and is really just content, doing fine, feeling good, doesn't really need all this extra money, but it's there anyway. And it brings about that legacy that everyone kept telling me you earlier. I got that 10 of Pentacles in reversed and that 10 of Pentacles over here with this death in the reverse from the family. It brings it about. It brings it right on in. And don't worry about the people watching you in the dark. Let them look. Let them learn. Let them watch. Maybe you'll be the reason that they actually change their mind and start doing it. Sometimes people in our family are the black sheep because they're the ones who are supposed to inspire the others to do something different. Okay? So, that's the recap. Let's get into the advice. Let's get into the advice oracle cards to get a little more food for thought to help you step forward into this little bit of, to get those priorities in order, to bring in that, get away from that seeking external validation, searching the reactions of our friends and family's faces to gauge whether or not we should go after that thing. Let's clear the air. Again, I got a headache. I got such a headache. Someone needs to stop thinking. All right. Who wants to talk? D&D deck. We're going to use the D&D deck. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you again for being here, everybody, for being here so late at night with me, and for your likes, your shares, your comments, your reposts. My goodness. And your gifts. Oh, same here. I have had a headache that came out of nowhere. It's like right here. It feels like a vice grip. I have no idea why I have a headache, but it's been there the whole time. It's very annoying. So let's see. All right, Spirit. Again, we have this gift of protection. Just so you know, you're afraid that you're going to somehow spur away whatever thing you're trying to manifest. That's not the case. Spirit's letting you know also to do protection in order to keep away. Spirit's trying to help protect you from these energies, and they're just letting you know to do a little bit of protection at this time. You know, have some clear quartz around you, burn a white candle, do your cleansing work. Don't listen to people's opinions if you don't want to live their lifestyle. And yeah, just avoid the people that you know are going to give you a hard time. Maybe not avoid them, but you know what I mean. Don't tell them your plans. Give yourself some protection here. I'm gonna light this incense for a little bit more cleansing before I get into this, because I just really feel like y'all are absorbing too many opinions. Y'all are taking in way too much energy that's not yours, and I'm not here for it. Yes, cleaning is also a form of cleansing, so I know. Trust me. I also don't like to clean very often. I still clean very often, I promise, but I don't like cleaning either. But it's a form of cleansing. Okay. Spirit, let's calm their fears, ease their anxieties, and give them some clarity on steps to move forward. Just give them that gentle energy, that reassurance. You said you're giving a gift of protection. So let's just guide them through it and help them out. Help give them that clarity. So, closing advice. Wow. All right. We have the fates in reversed. Yeah, okay. I cannot remember the Latin phrase, and it's infuriating. It's, I literally just said it yesterday. Astra said inclinant. I'll find it eventually. Basically, the saying is, we are guided by fate, but we are not beholden to fate. Just because it says you're destined for XYZ does not mean that that is all you are here for. Your fate is yours. You're the manifester. You're the person who makes your reality. Fate is never set in stone, right? You can change it at any point in time. I'm giving you these tarot readings. This is the future as it is if you go on your current path or if you followed my advice, right? If you don't, if you decide to choose your own direction, the future will look different because you are making a different choice. You control the narrative, friend. Yes, you do. You're the manifester. You're the alchemist. You're the magician. As Doctor Who says, time is timey-wimey and wibbly-wobbly. What else do they... No. What else, collective? Thank you. Yes. The phrase is astra inclinant sed non obligant. Yes. Use the stars, use these readings as guides, not as set in stone. It is not me saying that your life will suck because you have made bad choices. It will only suck the more you continue to make bad choices. If you make a new choice, it'll be different. Simple. Beautiful. Aw. What other, oh my goodness, this headache's distracting. Closing advice for my collective here today. Goodness. Yes. Okay, so the literal translation of that phrase is the stars incline us, they do not bind us. So again, you are not chained to fate. Fate is chained to you. Yeah, like for me, I do get migraines from time to time, but I'm hoping this doesn't turn into one. Elemental. Yeah, we feel like it's not that simple. Someone just heard me say that fate is chained to us, and they went, no, it can't be that way. It can't be that easy. It can't. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Just because your whole family is a bunch of doctors doesn't mean you have to be friends. You're not destined to do it. Nope. If it's not for you, it's not for you. And just because you're like, I don't want to be a doctor, I want to be a florist, doesn't mean that you are suddenly the worst person ever. Yeah, everyone else is, let's say everyone else follows the carnivore diet and you want to go vegan for your own reasons. That doesn't mean that you're destined to be a carnivore. People are going to look at you weird, and that's fine. Do what you want. This is where we're at, the void. We're in the uncomfortable part, trying to find the light in the darkness, trying to figure out where to go, the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Going between, oh man, life really sucks. Am I destined to stay here forever? Will I always be in the dark, or will I find the light? The stars incline us, they do not bind us. You are not destined there, friends. You can choose to leave at any point. And it is that simple. People are going to keep arguing with me that it's not that simple and give me all these excuses on why they can't leave. You don't have to explain to me. You don't have to. I've been where you are. I've been here before. I know what it's like to be in the void. I know what it's like to think that life is going to suck. I know what it's like to think that life is suffering. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be poor. I know what it's like to be abused. I know what it's like to be all those things. I'm no different from you. You're in your meat suit. I'm in mine. If I'm telling you you can get out of it, yes, you can. The only reason you're giving me excuses is because you're comfortable being here right now. And I'm not yelling at you. That's just the truth of the matter. Someone did not like that. You don't have to like it. I had to tell myself the same thing. Yeah, there's something that you're making quite important in your life that doesn't need to be as important as it is. And there's the humanoid. Yeah. You don't need to be giving empathy to whoever is the giant in your life. They need to go down a little bit. They're way too important in your life. Doesn't mean you love them less, but you're giving their words too much weight. You're giving them empathy and excuses way too much. Okay? What about the empathy for you, friends? Why can't you be happy? Why do you have to listen to everything they say? If that's how it's always been, why? Doesn't always have, just because it's always been that way doesn't mean it's going to continue to be that way. We don't all neatly fall in line. If we did, we'd never have underdog stories. We would never see it, ever. You can be the change. Doesn't make you evil. Doesn't make you bad. Doesn't make you wrong or broken. Change is not bad. It is just change. The only reason it's scary is because we don't know what will happen if we do it. But the only way to know is to do it. If we knew what was going to happen, so let's say that we followed everything that the stars said. We listened to everything that ever happened. We took readings and the stars and all of that as the say-all, be-all. We listened to the Bible and we applied it to our life rigidly. Everything would be the same. Like, think about it. We would literally stay with people who hurt us because we would be told that that would be horrible. We would continue to suffer. We would continue to put up with things we do not deserve. We would continue to say the same. There would be no free will in anything. And what do I say that the number one law is of the universe for my people who have been here a long time? What do I say is the number one law of the universe? The number one, the most important rule of the universe. Free will must be respected above all. It must be respected. It's the number one rule. We're at the crossroads. The jester. That's funny. Oh, yes. Yeah. The crossroads. Making our decision. Which way to go. Which way to go. That's where we are. And we're getting to the point, right? This is where we need to be, the jester. Being able to laugh at our own misfortune. I know no one's going to like hearing that. I'm not saying dismiss your suffering. I'm not saying dismiss your pain, excuse your pain, none of that. No. When we start actually like laughing at the misfortune, we take the power away from the misfortune. Not taking it so serious. Why so serious? Yes. And the tomb. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is amazing. I know not everyone agrees, but I just liked being able to see all the Grecian gods. That's just me personally. Loved it. No, I'm already married. Can't. Tomb. The tomb. Thank you, though. Something is hidden that we're not looking at. That little, remember I said we're looking inside? We're looking into our own, we're looking into our own self, looking into the crypt, and we're trying to shine a light on it, right? We've been avoiding it for a while, and we're finally digging it up. It's hidden. It's locked behind this little sarcophagus lid. That's where we're at, laughing at our own misfortune, right? We need to not take it so serious. Life is not suffering, okay? Yes. Yeah, I agree, R. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous game. I love all the mythos in it. I also like the one after that, Valhalla, where you get to meet all the Nordic gods. I'm a mythos person. I love it. So whenever I see that stuff, I get so nerdy. But yes, we're at that crossroads. There's somebody whose opinion holds way too much weight in our lives, and we take it as the law. No. They're just a person just like you. They're not a king. They're not God. They're a person. Okay? For you to decide where to go on this crossroads path, you're going to need to learn to look at the things that hurt and find a way to not take it so serious. Instead of saying this is a divine punishment from the universe, this is just a lesson. Right? It's just a lesson. And I know trauma exists. I'm not talking about that, okay? I'm not talking about that. Never, shitty people do shitty things, okay? That doesn't mean you deserved it at all. But you choose to take the power away from that. You put the power back in your hands, okay? Put the power back in your hands. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, romanticize your life. I don't know why I got a New York accent there just now. Romanticize your life a little bit, okay? Bring some love back into your life. Like he's made out of cards. You don't got to take it so serious, okay? You don't got to take it so serious. Once you stop taking everything so seriously, things get easier. We're no longer in this never-ending spiral of pain. We finally get to just, people come at you, they come at you sideways, and now it's just funny. Why is it funny? Because you realize they're operating out of projections in their own fear. It has nothing to do with you. Lovely. It has nothing to do with you, and then it doesn't hurt anymore. You can laugh and shake it off now. Because you're like, oh, the reason you're saying that is because you feel insecure about yourself. It has nothing to do with me. Thank you so much. Thank you. And then you're like, and now I can go continue to have a good day because I'm not taking what you said and making that my self-worth, right? You don't want to be a doctor, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, our family's always been doctors. The only way to be successful as a doctor. There are people who sell feet pics and they make billions of dollars. Why do you specifically have to be a doctor? Go sell feet pics. That was a joke. If you really want to, I'm not judging, but you do you, okay? I don't care. Do you? Okay, there are people who do all kinds of stuff that makes no logical sense. It's if you were to watch it, you're like, I can't take that serious. How are people paying for this? It's because you're not here to doom, gloom, suffer, and brood. Okay, we're not all Batman. Yeah, this is like, yeah, exactly. There are people who do some job, yeah, cleansing that negative energy. There are people who do things that make no logical sense and make a ton of money off of it. The only thing that's different between you and them is you're in your meat suit and they're in theirs. And you don't need to have a pretty face to sell feet pics. I don't know. Someone here has a thing with feet. I don't know why I'm honing in so hard on that. Probably because it to me it's funny, but like it doesn't have to be serious. You can be goofy, you can be playful, you can go after what you want, all right? Laugh at it. Don't take it so serious. It's not about you. Not in a dismissive way. What I'm saying is when people come at you that way, it's about them. They're projecting onto you. You can't do that because I didn't. And if you go do it, now I have to face up to my own bullshit and realize that I talked myself out of going after my own dreams and I'm miserable. Right? I have to face the truth. Instead, I'd rather sit in the comfortable lie. Yes, exactly. I have to sit in the comfortable lie that the only way to make money is XYZ. Because if you go do it, if you go become a florist and you become successful, now they're like, well, why? You mean to tell me this whole time I could have been an acrobat and instead I became a doctor and I hate my job? No. That's why. People come at you, they say sideways comments, they do stupid things because of something in themselves. They see you doing something. It irritates their demons. And so they try to squash it because it brings up their inner truth that they've been suppressing, and they don't like hearing their inner truth. Yes, exactly. Yes, what I said earlier. Thank you, R. You're already having a rough time. Like, if someone's like, well, you got fired as a janitor. You suck as a janitor. It's like, well, I didn't like it. I failed at the thing I don't like, so I might as well go try to do the thing I like. I might as well go fail at the thing I like and maybe not actually fail. Maybe I'll actually succeed because I actually like being here. You know? Why would you stay? You don't like it. Because it'll get you money. People get money selling feet pics. I'm going to say it over and over again until people stop giving me that BS. Yes. I love it. I love it. Oh man, when you mirror back what I've said to you, I love it. You're incorporating your lessons. You're making the changes. I love to see it. And you don't got to say, it doesn't have to be my advice. There may be something you say that I recognize from someone else. Because I've been on this journey too. I'm in the collective. I am on the journey with everybody. There are things I pick up. And a lot of the quotes that I tell you are ones I've heard before. The cavern. Yeah. We're in a cavern. We don't know where to go. We don't know what to do. But in the cavern are all kinds of beautiful things waiting. If you just started looking, instead of being afraid that you're in the cavern, look around and see what you see. I'm so glad I've been helpful to you, R. And just so you know, you did that. I gave you the words, you listened, and you made the choice. So that's all you. Any other advice from my collective at this time, Spirit? Thank you. Before I release you back to the wilds. Map. Yep. Oh, you want the map. You can't have the map. Maybe you're the person that makes the map. Remember, the maps that are here is because someone had to go tread through the landscape and make the map. You might be the person who makes the map. And also, something I've said before when I've gotten this, just because you have the map doesn't mean you know how to read and use the map. If I gave you this map and you'd never done land navigation before and didn't have a compass on you, how would you follow it? So just think about that. If I gave you all the tools for success, how would you know what I'm talking about? If I told you to go on and do a money bowl spell in order to bring more money into your life, would you know how to do that? No. You could go look it up, but that's on you, right? If I said if you want money in your life, you go do a money bowl spell, right? In order to call in some money to you, would you know how to do it unless you went and looked for it? Probably not. If I gave you if I said, okay, if you want more protection, you need to make a war jar, you wouldn't know what the heck I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Make some Florida water. Do you know how to make Florida water? No. Just because you get the map doesn't mean you know how to use it. You want the map? Well, maybe you're here to explore and make the map. Maybe you're the one that will guide others. Maybe you're the one who's supposed to be the teacher. Did you think of this? Yeah. You think you're trapped. The door's open. You think you're trapped. You're not. You're the Wayshower. You're here to tell people that the answer is simple. You control your fate, not the other way around. You're the cartographer. You're the one who's supposed to lead the way out of the dungeon. Be not afraid of the dark. Anything else, Jay? Yeah, talons and puzzle. We're searching for this little ring here. There's a ring here that we're holding on to. We want it. We're trying to get our claws on it. This little bit puzzle. Something confounds us. We want the puzzle piece, the missing puzzle piece. Maybe you're the puzzle piece. Did you think of this? Maybe the puzzle piece is you. And instead of listening to this giant who has no empathy for your struggles, you're supposed to be listening to yourself. Did you think of that? I don't know why I'm feeling Princess Bride vibes right now. I'm gonna go watch that. Shield, protection. What I say, you're protected. That gift, the message of a gift of protection, Spirit's got you. You've got the shield. You're protected, little one. You're protected, friend. That's beautiful because that looks like a sun. Yeah. Your optimism and faith within yourself is your protection. It is a good movie. It's one of my favorites. I really should watch it again. I quote it to my family all the time. Yes, having a map doesn't mean you can read the map. You have to, sometimes you're the one who makes the map. And sometimes you need to learn how to read the stinking map. You're not trapped. You're looking for the puzzle piece, and the puzzle piece is you. The door. Here it is again. Okay, whenever I see this, and I know the people who have been here for a while know. Look how complicated this door looks. How do you think it opens? Most of us are going to try to solve all the puzzles on this door. We're going to try to figure it out. We're looking at it going, maybe if I get everything in the right order, if I do Sudoku, if I get all the numbers to align, it'll open. No one ever just tries the handle. Maybe if I shine light on this diamond, it'll open. But we never just try the handle first. We never try the simple answer. You're protected. The answer is simpler than you think. If everyone's telling you, let me tell you something. If what you want does not hurt someone else, right? And what I mean by that is it does not cause physical harm. It's not something that's going to be abusive in any way, shape, or form, right? If what you want is simply pursuing your dream and everyone around you is telling you that that's stupid, go do it. Go do it. Go do it. You want to know why? Because you will always find the most opposition. Yeah, you always find enemies when you're going the right way. I'm getting strong video game references. Whenever you're going in the right direction, that's where all the enemies are. Every time. And then you will have that little campfire, the little resting period before you go on to the final boss. Every time. And if you start seeing a lot of healing potions, that means we're about to hit up that really big boss. Every time. Book. Yep, more information is needed, right? You need to learn how to read the map. You need to learn how to read the map. And there's that stairway. And remember, as you continue going, right, as you chase your dreams, as you level up, the difficulty gets higher. That doesn't mean it's not worth going to. Your life is not without some struggle, but you will have support along the way. Right? New levels, new devils, as they say. Stronger enemies, new difficulties, higher difficulties. But that doesn't mean it's not worth taking. The support will show up. Sometimes the support shows up at the new level. It won't always show up along the way, but it'll be waiting for you at the next step. Okay? Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. The celestials, the angels. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there. They don't need your belief to exist. That's so funny. Sniffling now, so someone may have allergies or they have a cold or something. I hope you get better soon. So yeah, that's what I have for you today. I hope that was helpful and that resonated with somebody. Don't worry, friend. Your light is at the end of the tunnel. Try the door handle. Laugh at your misfortune. Stop listening to whoever this giant is that tells you that you aren't allowed to be happy. Stop it. Stop giving them power over you. And play. Have some fun in your life, okay? So, yeah, again, that's all I have for you. I hope that helps you. If you want a personal reading, I offer that at the link in my bio. Please feel free to check it out and see if I vibe with you. I've updated the offerings to tell you that it also, like, not only is it 3 cards, it's also the rest of it, everything you've seen today, because I realized that might be a little bit confusing. So yeah, I have 2 offerings. I do the 3 card readings and I do a Celtic cross, which is 10. That includes all the cards that I have here, right? The tarot cards is the number of cards, along with the oracle advice, dice, runes, charms, synchronicity, signs, all of it. So feel free to check that out, see if I vibe with you. If you are watching in the YouTube video when I post this later, it will be in the description box down below. If I do not vibe with you, and this is the last that I see of you, thank you, R. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I wish you so much love, luck, joy, peace, happiness, and abundance, and healing along your journey. Remember that life is an ever crooked path, and you are never off of it. And if you've chosen to follow me, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, your energy, your likes, your comments, your shares, your reposts, all the gifts. Oh my gosh, you guys are so generous. Thank you for your love and your support, all the kind words that everybody's given me over the past week and a half. It's been beautiful. It's been so helpful. And yeah, I wish all the same for you, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye.